Been following the unfolding events in Upper Nile State, Nasser County. The government forces stationed in Nasser for close to 8 years were to be redeployed in their positions. This is a normal routine with the armed forces. This exercise was politicized, and that the army was going to disarm the communities around Ulang and Nasser. On February 28th, Dr. L.T.Gen.Majur, the first vice president, requested a meeting so that we could address this tension. We indeed met on March 3rd, 2025. The meeting was positive, and Dr. Riek assured us all, the parties to the agreement, that he will intervene. On March 4th, 2025, the military garrison in Nasser was attacked by the White Army under the command of the SPLA-IO officers. Despite the assurances from Dr. L.T.Gen.Majur that the IO will not attack the base, General Majur, the commander, managed to hold his ground with a few remaining forces in tanks and trenches. Dr. Riek himself called the commander, General Majur Dak, and told him to surrender to the IO officers. The general refused to surrender. Dr. Riek assured me and the UN representative in the country that the general will be safe and that UN rescue mission should fly to Nasser and evacuate the general and his men. On the 6th The UN helicopters flew to Nasser, but came under fire upon landing. The second attempt, and the IO troops were told to at least retreat 300 meters away to allow the plane to land. It still came under fire while taking off, but managed to rescue 11 officers and men. The general opted to be evacuated last. This morning, 2 UN planes flew to Nasser. While on boarding the general and the officers, they came under heavy fire again. I am therefore informing the nation that in this process we have lost Gen.Majur and all the officers. Only one pilot survived, and one of the planes managed to take off. However, it crash landed in Malakal and killing all the passengers that were on board. Fellow citizens, I'm appealing to you to remain calm. I have said it time and again that our country will not go back to war. Let no one take law into their hands. The government which I lead will handle this crisis. We will remain steadfast in the path of peace. My condolences to the bereaved families of the general and his men. They have died in a service of our nation, and they shall forever remain in our hearts. May their soul rest in peace. And once again, I call for calm nationwide. May God bless you all. May God bless South Sudan.
kindly you may be seated. God bless you. You may be seated. I will recall the family members. Small Northland and
I'm the first son of my late father, born third in line, our eldest, L.T.Gen.Majur, followed by Abul, I, and Jude. Then my father has two lovely grandchildren, Jelab, Kuchalacho, Arwa. So I will begin with the biography of my father from the introduction. Okay. In loving memory of our father, grandfather, uncle, brother, late General David.Majur, we come together to honor a man whose life was defined by unwavering commitment, boundless courage, and deep sacrifice. His tireless dedication to the liberation of South Sudan, his heroic service in the Sudan People's Liberation Army, and his unwavering devotion to his family community remain enduring inspiration to all those who knew him. His life was a testament of love for his people, his country, and the ideal freedom and of peace and freedom. Late General David.Majur Thel was born in August 1962, date 8, in Amiel, Dongchakpayam, Dukpadiet County. Thel and L.T.Gen.Majur. He was the youngest of his siblings in a monogamous family belonging to Pantio, Niel, Attica, Olsap clan. From a young age, he was instilled with the values of resilience, strength, and service to others. His values would shape his life and inspire him to join the nation's freedom. On March 2025, date 7, late General Major Thel was assassinated in Nasir, Upper Nile, while being evacuated by a enemy's plane from a scene of attack. The late General David.Majur was wounded in the first attack, but decided to stay behind with his fellow wounded soldiers to ensure they were fast evacuated. Unfortunately, he was attacked and assassinated by the SPLA-IO, or the White Army, while being carried to the UN aircraft. His family, the late General Major was born and grew with his brothers and sisters in Dukpadiet, or land, before he joined the SPLA Revolutionary War, where he spent most of his life until the time of his death. Following are the names of his brothers and sisters: Nyawar Dangatel, Tone Dangatel, Machar Dangatel, Achole Dangatel, Abul Dangatel, Adiora Dangatel, and him, the youngest, David.Majur Dangatel. He was a loving husband, devoted father, and a proud grandfather. He was married to Yarchole Dengachot on November 1991, date 28, in Kapoita, and they built a family together, including his 4 children and 2 grandchildren. The children of the late include L.T.Gen.Majur, Abul.Majur, Dang.Majur, Chun.Majur, as I introduced in the introduction. His grandchildren include Abul.Majur and Achul.Majur. Throughout his life, the late General was deeply committed to his family, always putting their well-being at the forefront of his thoughts. His legacy lives onto his children and grandchildren, who continue to honor his memory and the sacrifices he made for their future. His education started in schools in 1972, and these are the following different schools he attended. Madrasa Duk in 1972, Boralif Primary School, Kongor Intermediate Primary School under the British system, and primary leaving examination at Bor Intermediate. He went to Mawir High School, Khartoum, Sudan, for Sudan certificate in 1982. But due to the discrimination against the people of Southern Sudan by then, his quest to liberate his people, amongst the reasons he motivated to join the SPLA revolution in 1983 and fight for the freedom of his people. The military training and certifications over the course of his service. LT.Gen.Majur Thel undertook the extensive military training, equipping him with the knowledge and skills necessary to lead on the battlefield. His professional military education included Shield 2. He attended in 1985, SPLA First Batch Air Defense Unit in 1984, SPLA First Batch Artillery Unit in 1995, Command and Control First Batch and Malaw in 2008. Admin Command and Control Course, Barara Military Academy, Uganda in 1995, Egypt African Cooperation for Decision Makers and Military High Academic Certificate, the Egypt Command Thunder Navy in 2020, CDR for Biometric Team 2 in Directorate of Military Organization, 2005, Specialized Air Defense and Artillery Weapons Training in Uganda, NASA High Military Academy, Cairo, Egypt, 2018. These qualifications made him a highly skilled and respectable leader in air defense, artillery, command and control, capable of facing the toughest challenges and leading his soldiers to victory. The late General Thel officially joined the Sudan's People Liberation Movement, SPLA, on September 5th, 1983, marking the beginning of his long life service in the liberation struggle. He was a proud soldier dedicated to his people's cause. He received initial military training at Bonga Training Center in Ethiopia, completing it on December 28, 1983. He was later then assigned to SPLM Division 1, where he served several battalions, including his 104th Battalion under CDR William Nguyen Bang, 105 Battalion under 4th Battalion under CDR William Nguyen Bang, 105th Battalion under CDR Kolam Duot, Jamus Battalion under CDR Carbino Kwanyen Bol, Tiger Battalion under CDR Selfakir Mayardi, and Timsar Battalion under CDR Arok Donaro. His work experience and key command throughout his military career, the late General David Thel held various important command roles. He was an instrument in shaping the strategies that led to the Sudan's liberation and subsequent defense. His career included from 1984 to 1985, Malwal Governors Area Operations and Joe, CDR Basic Air Defense Units, Red Army. From 1990 to 1992, CDR for the Red Army Brigade, Mongrepi area. 1992 to 1995, OJS Operation Officer for Cosmos Unit. 1996 to 1999, OTB Company Commander for Cosmos Unit in Rokon, Tapari-based command. CDR Battalion Air Defense Units, JIU Division 1, Juba. He served multiple roles, commanding key divisions and shaping the course of operations. And in 2025, his final battlefield engagement in Nasir Abanaya, where he met his tragic death. The major battles and engagement the late General Thel was in forced him to be a battle-hardened commander rescued Nasser from the Sudan Imperial Forces under CDR Karbino Kwanyin Bol. Kapoita in 1986 to 1987 led air defense and artillery units that captured a key garrison. Murwangapi in 1987 to 1981, he served under Major General Majur with the Red Army. Kaya and Magui, Eastern Equatoria, from 1988, 1993, and 1997, commanded critical artillery operations. Igalanga and Liria Terkeka in 1989 engaged in strategic operations under CDR Mahmoud Mete. Rokon from 1987 to 2003 led long-term campaigns under CDR Santino Deng Walchop. Pogera in 1995, another major battle won under Mahmoud Mete. Western Equatoria in 1988, 1993, 1997. These were operations under CDR Ger Chuangalo and CDR Piendeng Kwal. Nasir Upper Nile State, 2025. His final engagement, where he was tragically killed in action. In recognition of his bravery, leadership, and long life contributions, His Excellency, the President Thel posthumously awarded the late General David.Majur with the rank of Lieutenant General on March 11, 2025. Although he had already attained the mark of Major General in his lifetime, this posthumous award was a final tribute to the sacrifice for the nation he served with pride and honor. Late General David.Majur forged unbreakable bonds with his fellow soldiers, men and women who fought alongside him in the trenches of Sudan's liberation struggle. His comrades such as Uncle Meduk, Medel, Paul Kat, Kok Malek, Deng Johnson, Malwale Deng, Deuta, Kulang Machod Kulang, Upright Madid Lem, were more than just fellow soldiers. These were his brothers, sisters in arms, sharing in the hardships, triumphs of the long-fought battle for freedom. We have condolence messages from different people around South Sudan. I'm going to read the condolence message from Board Community Youth Association. Condolences from the Ministry of Roads and Bridges, and the condolences that were passed by all respective honors. One to take of the doctrine of Commander Tour reinvented by the late General David.Majur, that the general does not surrender to civilians and militia warlords, that the general must prioritize the safety of his soldiers first before his safety. Thank you. Doc was a brother, father, a grandfather, a leader, a commander, and honestly a very funny man. I'm not a businessman, I'm a soldier. That's what they're saying. He told us almost all his life. I no longer believe him. As he traded his life for his soldiers, he traded his life for South Sudan's future and refused to surrender to the weights that pull with it. My father understood the true spirit of a soldier, to sacrifice your life for your country, family, and a cause. He gave his life for the dream of South Sudan, a South Sudan of peace, unity, and love. I want to extend my gratitude to the government of South Sudan and His Excellency, the President of South Sudan, Mayar, for giving my family the opportunity to lay my father to rest. I will be forever in debt to South Sudanese people. My father told me, do not be scared of a gun. It's made of metal and wood. Do not be scared of a man. He's made of flesh and bones. Be scared of a cause. It's made of wind of ideas fueled by life. A soldier with a gun is harmless until his commander tells him of an imminent threat. The idea of conflict and danger overruns decisions. Do not believe in men as they are human and humans change. Believe in a cause doesn't change. But there's something more dangerous, a corrupted man and a corrupted cause. Be careful of who you believe in and stand by what you believe in to your death. I also want to give my deepest condolences to the men that fell with my father in the line of battle. Your bravery will not be forgotten. And also, I want to salute the SPLM party for giving my father a purpose. He was a son of the great nation. He lived and died for a true cause, justice, liberty, and prosperity. Long live South Sudan, long live David.Majur, long live SPLA. Thank you.
والناس اللي كانوا قاعدين في القاعدة اللي كان قاعدة هنا إدارة في بيفهم جربوا جابوا جورن معنا ده من عمنا منطقة دي ما نفع بقي يتعامل أخيرا القيادة العامة قررت شال الجزء من الجيش وجابوا النيال باتان نيال باتان جاء هنا بكون في تقريرات ثم لقيتوها كثير جابوني زمن كان سيريا الفريق جيمس كونغ شول لا أنا بدأت معهم في المطار هنا قالوا هتمشي تلقى كونغ لأنه جيش وكاميرا نيال باتون ما قادرين يسمعوا بعضهم والمواطنين ده مبلغ دمسل دارين يحجموا الجيش لأنه هو قاعد نيال ليه يحددوا الناس في المنطقة فالناصر بقى جاي قالوا أوكي قالوا يا وده ليه بتاعنا المواطنين بتاعهم المبلغين دمسل عشان يحجمونا أنت ما ماشي برا وكلكم سامعين سيد الوزير أنت ده بدا أخوي نوان أنا من شوف وكنا أنا كلمته فقال ديفيد ده يمشي لأنه حل لأنه في ناس بينك بتاعنا دولته بقول قال ناس شوفه ونيار وين قال ده جنبيل ولا بقوله نوربيل في حاجة بيل ولا مريال وين فقال مجرد بعد فرطان لأنه زادوا مولود فيها يوت أنا قلت يا جماعة موضوع بتاع opposition ما بتابع بينما إنت بعرف بتاع نور كان أخواننا الكتار المار في على نيل وفي ده من عمنا نور زاد لكنهم كتم يبقى أنا لو أنا بعرف بتاع نور هذا بدافعني ده وين أنا كنت أوكل بدي داهن زمن اللي حصل الأحداث أنا كنت في جوبا أنا كنت عيال أنا مرضت بقول له قاوي سيد الوزير كان جاي هنا لقاني ذاته رفعت تمام أنا كنت نعم جيت هلاي فضل البيت بتاعي سميت بينه أنا قلت تعليمات بينه أنتم ما تحولتم تمشي 5 ولا 6 أنتم تمشي كبوه كده عشان دافع بعضكم أنا سميته حتى سبينا معهم يا وقف عم بتشنا قريبين صار تعرف كيف الكلام دي قال يا ديفيد هتمشي لأن المنطقة بتاعنا زي ولو كويس وزراء جاء سوري سياسيين جاء ومفروض كان يجي معكم سياسيين
كان باغوا atama kudela ta ji ba ka ya kana ta wa lat di la dia na wona na biya kor kuma mo ya ja ko kamal be ben wana la di alwa ka di tam
tamam ramo roy ga ji ta magan general major da gan sha saro
اوكي كور سلامات
صباح الخير كور
خلاص ممكن نتكلم بعربي
طوال على طول
بداية مرحبا بك سعادتك ممكن توصف لنا وضعك هسه وانت في الناصر
أنا ما في فورية، أنا في خندق بتاع دابا. لو أتلا الناس الكبار أنا كلمت مع سيد النائب الأول رياض وقال له مباراة كان تعرض جاه بتاع يوان، لكن ماشي وقف مع البعيد والدنيا بقى أصل. فتعرض ما قدروا عشان هو نقوموا، وبعدين واحد عمي وده جاء حولنا ما في طريقة كده عشان ما في ضمانات كده. فطيرت الفات طلعنا في الترنشز في خنادق. فالصباح ده قال لنا بينما انتم برسول لكم تاني طيارات. بعد شوية قالوا طيارات ده في السماء وانتم فوق. بعد 10 سنة 10 دقيقة وهو بنزل في حامية بتاع ناصر فياو. أصلا نحن قاعدين في البوابات ناس من جاء خلاص أننا بنزل نخلي أسطادين ونركب بتاع راعي بتاع يوان والإدارة بتاع أيوه.
ده حقيقة طيارات هم اثنين هم بينزلوا الساعة 11 و45 دقيقة. يا ناس باقي أقل من 10 دقيقة أنت بتشوفهم بينزلوا في الناصر. ده حقيقة. ده حقيقة. يلا أنا دايرك ترسل الصوت بتاعك للناس بتاعنا، تقدر تقول لهم شنو؟ جنوبين
يا حبيبي يا نيان. ده confusion لأنه حصلت أنا غايب ورقة الدفندن ورقة في الناصر. طبعا عندنا 10 سنة 8 سنة أتى حتى بغيار. والمواطنين كذلك كلموا بينما هو القوة دي غيروها. فأنا كلمتها بينما يا جماعة القوة دي طولت هنا وعندهم مصر. فالقيادة العامة هو يعني نظم بينما هو يغير الواد وخد خطينا في اعتبار. حتى هم ذاته تظاهروا بقيادة في شهر واحد. الحكاية دي حصلت وكما بتاع القيادة العامة نظم القوات عشان يجي نظمنا والقوات بتاعنا في ناصر مش عشان نجي نشاكل مع المواطنين. ده حرس الحدود لأنه قاعدين نعمل الحدود جنوب السودان مع سوريا ونهر الصباط. الحكاية دي جاء تغيرت لسياسة كده. يعني نحن كقادة بتاع الجيش we are confused by the way. الأوراق بيعملوا كيف؟ لأنه كنت جاي كان في سوى اتفاق كده بين الجيش والغاية أنا كنت جيت غير هو من الباتان. فإدارة جامني عشان نجي بعدين في القيادة ما بكون في تعليق كتير. يفع جاوتوني بس في هجومات. وأنا كلمته أتا كمرد L.T.Gen.Majur أنا كلمته له. أنا قلت كمرد رياض الذنب بتاعنا إيه؟ أنه يعود الناس الداري غيروها ويجي قواد الجديد ممكن يكون ما سوى الإدارة كده يجي يضربونا. قال لي بينه يا أخي الكلام ده أنت ما عندك يد فوقه. الكلام ده في قيادة العامة وقيادة أيوه قيادة ما تم اتفاقه عشان هو يفهم بعض. بعدين عرفته. فأنا أنا لسه في خندق.
أصل أنت جسمك كويس.
أنا مضروب. أنا تعودت فيه.
أنت مضروب.
أنا مضروب. ناو
خلاص شكرا جزيلا. باقي لك شوية دقائق وإن شاء الله يعني طيارات ده بينزلوا في ويارة دي وبيجيبوك ملكال بسلامة.
قاعدين نسمع. قاعدين نسمع أصواتنا.
هاي تمام.
قاعد يلف حول
ربنا يجيبك والسلامة.
الله معنا جنوب السودان ده يكون فر.
آمين.
آمين.
آمين. آمين.
ربنا أنا جاي لون أنا confused.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
البلد ده بدافعه كيف زاده يسافر لنا.
Yeah, شكرا صاحبي. شكرا.
Welcome back. In a significant development, SSPDF has retaken Nasir County from the SPLA-IO and it affiliated militia, the White Army, who controlled the town for 1.5 months. The Chief of Defense Forces, General Thel, accompanied by other top military officials, including General Johnson Olony, announced this in Nasir town on Monday as he continues his field tour to the eastern counties of Upper Nile State. Hafiz Jebel compiled this report, voiced by my colleague Mario Suleiman.
The Chief of the South Sudan People's Defense Forces, General Dr. Thel, announced Nasir town in Upper Nile State has been liberated from renegade SPLA-IO force and allied White Arm militia. General Major issued the statement on the liberation during a field visit to Nasir town. He appeals to the people of Nasir and Ulan counties to return to their homes.
شعب جنوب السودان SSPDF هو العسيطر التام على مدينة ناصر. طالب بتاعي بالنسبة للشعب بتاع جنوب السودان والشعب بتاع محافظتين ناصر ولان بصفة خاص. انتم شعب بتاع جنوب السودان، تعالوا ناصر وتعالوا يعيشوا كمواطنين بتاع جنوب السودان. انتم ارجعوا ناصر وتعالوا يعيشوا كمواطنين بتاع بلد ده. الجيش الموجودين ده ضمن كل جنوب السودان، ضمن كل قبائل بتاع جنوب السودان. وانتم كسلاطين الموجودين والشباب الموجودين في مقاطعتين ولان وناصر، يعني نانا في سلام ونانا ماشيين لفيز 2 الايوه كله خاشي مركز. فانا بنقول لكم انتم ما تضيعوا زمنكم وما تسمعوا لاكاذيب. والقاده الموجودين هنا هم يكونوا جاهزين للاستقبال بتاعكم من الليل.
SSPDF Division 2 Commander Major General Michael Majong Chan says no one must underestimate the SSPDF in its drive to extend security and stability in the region. He praised the gallant force for winning the battle for the control of Nasir town.
مدينة ناصر ده انتصار كبير، كان بمجهود كبير جدا من القيادة العامة وحكومة الولاية. فنحن نشكر كل القوات وكل الضباط وصف الجنود على المجهودات اللي بذلوه والانتصارات الكبيرة اللي حققوها اليوم والليلة نحن أيضا مبسوطين عشان انه رجع لحضن الوطن وبقى جزء لا يتجزأ من ولاية على النيل. احنا عايزين استقرار، عايزين سلام لكل مواطن في ولاية على النيل.
The liberating Battalion Commander Major General Thel appreciates all who have contributed in the liberation of Nasir town. He appeals to all citizens from Olang and Nasser to return to their homes.
أنا بديم ألف مبروك بالنسبة لهم ولناس وصل لنا حاليات وكل دعم المويه والاكل لحد ما جينا زائد الولايه يشتغل كثير لانه لو ما كم ولايه كان ما بنلقى عربات اللي يتعاركنا في جينا بومن انه كلمه وطن يجي يقعد معنا الدار يقعد في بيت بتاعه يقعد الدار يمشي يقعد في مال البقر بتاعه يقعد لكن لا كل شرط نحن دايرين سلام ثاني.
Thank you. Appreciation all to the United Nations and the whole world for what they have done, in spite of all this. We all call for dialogue, and dialogue brings peace. We call for the unity of our people in South Sudan, and we must unite and live together.
Dr. Bolmel asked SPLA-IO and aligned militias to withdraw from SSPDF barracks, warning that the government is preparing to defend its sovereignty against terrorist organizations. He emphasized economic development, particularly agriculture, remains top priority government.
But right now, cleaning Rakas, how we can build our country. First, I'm leading the economic cluster. But the economic cluster cannot work when we don't have security. And so I would be forced, to contribute also towards the security stability as a vice president. For our army, it is a time for you to organize yourself, and we will support you. Single army, single commander-in-chief.
Vice President Rebecca Nyandeng-Majur describes Majur Dak as a strong and tactical military leader, comparing him to other Poland heroes.
The way you handle it, make it that it has isolated the issue to Nasir. It has not been tribalized, politicized, also isolate the case to Western Equatoria.
The Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs, Cholton Balok, assuring the public of the government's commitment to accountability, vowing to bring those responsible for Majur Dak deaths in Nasir to justice.
Few generals, few ministers, I will remain. We are now running government in one country, two government in one country. We are LT.Gen.Majur. You did not incite our society. You did not incite our community.
Michael J. Eldela, U.S. Ambassador, asked for peace and dialogue, stating the best way to honor Majur Dak's legacy is to seek unity and reconciliation.
Starting well before this country's independence. And today, the best support the United States can offer the South Sudanese people is our candor.
His Excellency President Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa, who said I should inform the people of South Sudan that South Africa is money.
I came here personally to give my condolence. Lakin Madam Bitan Marhum Sabagni Bishuja Bitata. Dumal kan Indiana Masata because Majur left behind a great woman. A heroine in which I strongly believe she's going to take care of the orphans, Dad Marhum, and with the help of the system. I would start my talking بكلام بتاع البيشوب Isaiah أنا ما أعرف فات ولا ما فات. Isaiah was advising that this is just prayers and we should not talk things that can excite people to conflict. This is prayers not only for Majur, and it is prayers for all who were in Nasir. Nobody is talking of how many people who have died in Nasir with Majur. I'm sure the force is not less than 1,000. Most of them Hasamam Aruhum away. Walakar al-Mad, they are represented by David Majur. So, Kalma Butai, Bamshi Waziri Difa, Ana Simito on Wednesday, that Majur has been posted to be promoted to the rank of Lieutenant General. I would have done otherwise, personally, because the most important thing for a hero are medals. You people have forgotten to give Majur the medal of heroic deeds he did. And I ask you, put it down and inform the president. The family deserves all the 5 medals we have, military medals we have. And also all the soldiers and men who were in Nasir should be honored. They should be promoted if there are those alive. And if there are those who have died, they also deserve promotions after death. They've been given medals. Because what had happened to Majur in Nasir is a lesson that all the armies, and especially the SSPDF, must learn a lesson from. The death of Majur is just exactly like the death of General Gordon in Khartoum. Gordon died while still seeing the boats that were coming to extract him from Khartoum. He saw them, but they could not rescue him. The same thing Majur died while the boats were in Ulang, and they were unable to come and rescue him. And I'm sure our forces in Ulang, our forces in Nasir did not surrender to anybody. They deserted. After they knew that the boats were not coming this way, they knew that they not had a guide. For whoever Azol al-Fakr ala innu yadi da'am lin-Nasir using boats, this is a tactical and strategic crime in the army. In the army there is accountability. Any wrong command that is responsible for the death of so many people should not be said, Malish, Unagma Kalam. If we are to have an army, call an army in southern Sudan, whoever was responsible for fiasco of Nasir must be subjected to accountability. Accountability is important. Because in Simina min Kalam Midanas, Simina bin Vice President, pointing a hand to Yang-Majur. And Simina bin Mustashar, Al-Awwal Rais, confirming that Jesh al-Abiyat bin Jesh Yang-Majur. We heard from the Minister of Defense confirming the same thing. We heard from Chief of the Army, Al-Innu, Humabah al-Amir in prison. The few politicians, the Godom, the Mogok, and Nasir, we don't want this thing to be politicized. If there is Minister of Justice, we should be seeing them investigating those who are responsible for the problems and the mood of and the death of these young people. take my word to the president that the demand of the people is that there must be a thorough investigation to fiasco of Nasir. Nasir sabab hajat kitir. People do not even talk of 500 that were slaughtered a few days ago by Jeshala. There can people coming from Mars or people are talking because not talking because they are Manuel and Junubin ya Jamaa Shuno kala damu saria. Munu ya karasalo. Azola rasa Nasir Lubibi Juba hini there is nobody above the law. You must go in. Azola rasa Nasir Shadim Sheba or 5,000 da wala 500 da must take responsibility for the death of these Southerners. They are our brothers. So in my conclusion, all that we need is justice. And it must be made clear that anybody still carrying guns fighting the new country called South Sudan, whether it is being commanded by a PhD holder or a general from the SPLA or SPLM, as is still fighting, he is a terrorist. The women are terrorists. They must be declared. Anybody with a lawful gun, whether he is a Dinka or a Tokosa or a Bari, we must all agree that these are all terrorists, and we must all understand there are ambassadors here. If you need peace in this country, whoever is carrying a gun, we need to support the resolutions of the House of Representatives who have decided that anybody carrying a gun in Southern Sudan must be declared, and we call to Trump. Aizol Shahid Silahin is a terrorist and must be fought. Assalamu alaikum.
We are for peace, but we will ask what killed our comrades. May the soul of our Lieutenant General L.T.Gen.Majur rest in peace. Thank you. You're welcome, comrades.
General Chief of General Staff,
Vice President, Dr. Benjamin Bolumel, may I take this chance to make your remarks? His Excellency, Vice President of the Republic of South Sudan, and the Chairman of Economic Cluster, Dr. Benjamin Bolumel, His Excellency, Her Excellency Vice President and the Chair of Youth and Gender, Her Excellency Mama Rebecca Nyandeng, Senior Advisor to the President of the Republic of South Sudan, Engineer General Paul Manyang Duke, His Excellency Presidential Advisor to Security, Lieutenant General Toy Chang, His Excellency the Minister of Defense, Lieutenant General Cholton Balo, Ministers, Members of the Parliament, Members of the Diplomatic Corps, my colleague officers, NCOs, the great people of South Sudan, Assalamu alaikum. We in the SSPDF, we are actually mourning
the death of our fallen hero, Lieutenant General David.Majur. Before I proceed, I need to make corrections from our MC. He was promoted from the rank of Major General to the rank of Lieutenant General. Your Excellencies, we are very proud of Lieutenant General David.Majur. David.Majur died as a hero. And as a man. He really symbolized the identity of the SPLA soldier, who have never turned his back against his enemy. What I would like to tell the public, we in the SSPDF, we are happy to have laid Majur on rest in the presence of his colleague and his family. David.Majur have really shown the color and identity of the SSPDF soldier. Today, we have let him rest, and also we'll tell the public the corpse of his colleagues who are still at large will be collected by SSPDF and they will be honored. Buried. And also, I would like to tell the international community and the UN, we still have our officers and men who are taken as hostages in the hands of White Army and IO. Although the ships and the local are taking care of them, but there is a pressure from the leadership of IO that these people should be released. So we are telling the international community to intervene to rescue the life of those officers and men who are refused by the leadership of IO to be handed over to us. The chiefs of Ulam, they are harboring 176. They have tried their best to escort them to Galachel, but are being obstructed. But they have taken courage that anybody who will attempt to take these people, they will try. So our message to the people of Ulang is that we have done your part. You have done your part. We have not received our officers and men, not because of you. From Ulang to Galachok is just a distance that you have tried to escort them, but you were obstructed. So please, should anything happen to our officers and men, we will not blame you. Your Excellencies, the tragic part about the death of Lieutenant General Majur is that
Majur, in 1983, he was wounded in Nasser. And he continued fighting for independence of this country. But lastly, we lost him in Nasser. We wish if he was to die in the tank, because we were debating. There was a debate between me and first Vice President that if we want to rescue Majur Dak, let the IO withdraw from SFCDF barracks 300 meters. And if there is any rescue from the UN, they can be rescued based on that promise. It was in vain. The reply was that Majur should surrender to the commissioner, and then commissioner should be the one to hand him over. So that one is the tragic part. Number two, when the rescue operation started, I told those of enemies, give Majur food and water and leave him alone. Because any attempt, Majur will be assassinated in your hands. The answer was that we cannot give him food or cannot give him water. This shows that we are not partial. Very unfortunate. Thirdly, when Majur was assassinated, he was assassinated in the hands of the enemies. So that is the tragic part. I'm making this remark to all of you so that you understand how we lost Majur. But he's a hero. The other colleagues whom we did not resolve their corpses are also heroes. Those one under captivity, they are still heroes. My message to all the officers of SSPDF, NCOs and men, you observe discipline. I'm telling our officers and men, Majur was killed in Nasser. Hata Zora al-Qatar Majur can jafi Juba hini. Don't ask them. Kanun basalu. Then I repeat Majur Kataluwe. So please, ما في عسكري يشيل سلاح ويعتدي للآخر. ما في عسكري يضرب سلاح ويعتدي للآخر. الشكل الحصل ده let us confine it to Nasser. Even the people of Nasser listen in the حاجة بتاع 56 نفر قاعدين مع سلاطين. They're not part of this war. We have people in Ulang. So let us confine this war of this fighting to Nasser and those who kill David Majur. I would like also to remark, when I was on mission, to East Africa and SADC Chief of Defense Force Conference, my deputy was the Chief of Defense Forces, active on my behalf. He was the one giving orders to those of Lieutenant General James Kong I'm Lieutenant General Johnson Olun, the Chief of Operations, that let the badges move. He was the one commanding the SSPDF. And he was the one giving orders to IO and White Army to attack Nasser. Double standard. He was in charge, he was the CDF. So how can you be a CDF commanding SSPDF, giving them orders to go to Nasser to relieve his colleague, and at the same time you give orders to White Army and the IO to attack Nasser? So please, let us take this problem on that point. With these few remarks, I will call the Minister of Defense, okay, thank you, and I will leave the mic to...
Thank you. We are human beings. We made some omissions with that intention. Before I call the next speaker, I would like to add some few...
Welcome. Thank you. Protocol observed. I would like you to be briefed. The death of Major Dak is being mourned by almost everybody in South Sudan. All the people of South Sudan, they really felt that they have lost a hero. As somebody who committed to this country with a lion heart, he fought for it and he died fighting for it. Personally, I was so touched. Adam Simon, we were on the phone. His Excellency Vice President Bolmel, also we was on the phone with him. All of us, we have been talking to Comrade General Majur, all of us. There is one person, maybe you are not informed. There is a young man called Luke Kuya. Luke was the nephew of Majur. He was the one who has been bringing water to him in the tank. There were 5. 4 were killed, and he remained only. I just talked to him the day before yesterday. I didn't know that he was alive. He really helped. Majur died a hero, and we are proud of him. Number 1. Number 2, His Excellency President Thel is a man of peace. In 2016, when we were in J1, the fight that had happened in J1 in 2016, if it was not because of Salva Kiir Mayardit, I would not be here now, I would have been a dead person. Salva protected us, including Yang-Machar, including Gobram, who is now in prison. General Toy would have been a dead person. He protected all of us. I was expecting Comrade Vice President of the Republic, Dr. Yang-Machar, to do the same to Majur Dak, like what Salva Kiir did to him. I was expecting the same thing. But unfortunately, Majur died, but died a hero, a brave man. He did not surrender. But it has nothing to do with Noah and Dinka. No. No. White Army is a criminal organization. We will deal with them, only them, not the community. And I have been engaging people in the diaspora. They have been telling me, Yak Ezekiel, why are you bombing our people? I've been telling them now, where are you? You are in America? Okay, you organize the Black Army in America and go and attack Washington DC if they are not going to attack you. Oh, government of the Republic of South Sudan, and there is only one president of the Republic, Salva Kiir Mayadi. And he has to deploy his army in all the corners of the Republic of South Sudan to protect the territorial integrity of this republic. That is no exception. We are going to Burabiang, we are going to Jingmir, we are going to Akobo, we are going everywhere. And we are going and we are going. But for peace, thank you very much.
Is protected and our sovereignty. Therefore, we have all the right. I would like to welcome our National Minister, General Honorable James Osmai, to come and also say something to the family of Majur and the people of South Sudan. General Osmai is a hero, a commander, a former CDF, a current minister, and a patriotic South Sudanese who fought for this country without relenting to any position of the enemy. Welcome.
That's correction. I'm not Minister of Public Service, I'm Minister of Labor. مستشار رئيس الجمهورية للشؤون الأمن General Toishan, my colleagues and ministers, the family of late, other protocol observed. إني طلعت حاجات أنا بقول واحد أنا بشكر رئيس الجمهورية جنرال سلفا كير ميادي لأنه في خطاب بتاعه مقدمه بعد استشهاد ليفتنانت جنرال ديفيد ماجور ممكن أنقذ السيتويشن. قال ثلاثة حاجات. قال للناس إنه أنا ما بشيل دولة اللي حرب. وقال إنه الحكومة مسؤول إنه يعاقب الناس اللي ارتكبوا الجريمة ده. نمرة ثلاثة حذر الناس إنه ما يزول يشيل القانون في يد بتاعه. الشغل بتاعه ماجور مات كشهيد. ما مات كدنكاوي أو من حرب. مات كجنرال بتاع جيش بتاع جنوب السودان. أنا بشكره أنقذ السيتويشن. أنا بكون كان في ناس ممكن يشيلوا الكلام ده بطريقة ثانية. نمرة اثنين أنا بشكر all community general Duke County community. هم باو جانب بتاعهم لبلد. ممكن سميته من الكلام بتاع الماذا بتاعه ويال والناس اللي كان ماشي بيت الكوميونتي بتاعه بقول انه نحن ما عايزين جنوب السودان مش شكله بيكوز اوف جانب بتاعنا. نحن بينا دولة بتاع جنوب السودان بالدم بتاع ماجور. ما بزول بين الناس بقول كده إنه ما عايزين جنوب السودان اللي ما يقرب because ماجور استشهد. ماجور also مات عسكري جنرال في جيش الدفاع جنوب السودان. ده ولد بتاع جنوب السودان ما ولد بتاعهم. نمرة ثلاثة زي ما قلنا إنه ماجور مات كشهيد. يا جماعة نحن في مهلنا إننا ممكن مئات من الجيش الشعبي مات بيد بتاع مواطن في جنوب السودان. جيش كتير ماتوا بيد بتاع مواطن. إننا قاعدين نحكمهم. ده له شغل. لأن الجنوب كله متصلح. أي ما تمشي فوق أنت بتشاكل مع مواطن. إذا حاجة كبيرة في قدامنا إنه كيف نقدر نشيل السلاح ده من يد بتاع مواطن. إذا له جيش دفاع جنوب السودان إنه يجهز نفسه ينظم الجيش ده ويكون في سياسة إنه نشيل سلاح من اليد بتاع المواطن. لو ما شلنا سلاح ده نحن لسه هنكون عندنا مشاكل مع المواطنين بتاعنا. الحصل في ناصر ده ما نوير أنا عايز نصلح من الناس بقول له ما نوير. ده جزء من الناس شالوا قانون في يد منهم يشاكل جيش بتاع حكومة. ناصر ده جزء من جنوب السودان. جيش دفاع جنوب السودان إنه حق إنه يكون عنده وجود في أي مهل من أركان بتاع جنوب السودان. تنفيذ بتاع الفدرالية ده is a different case. but الحق بتاع الحكومة يكون عنده جيش في ناصر. ما فهموا بالطريقة اللي احنا قاعدين نفهمها. اتفاقية ده حاجة تانية. براو. So let me take a word from the lady who came from Australia when he advised the media lovers, the social media. They are inciting hatred among our people. And they think that they know everything. Now they are inciting really hatred. Instead they put in social media messages of peace, of togetherness. They put word that divide our people. There is a one saying that true victory is not in war, but in the harmony of a united people. Let me repeat, true victory is not in war, but in the harmony of a united people. If we are not united as people of South Sudan, we are still having a civil law. What in Nasser, whether somebody call himself now, he's a person. I don't call myself Emmanuel, I don't call myself now Defense Force. It's somebody who want to call himself there. I'm called James, somebody call him differently. If he want to call himself NAS Defense Force, it's not a very political, it's all. It's not real. And you remember, you are told, out of 27, majority of them that were killed by Major. They are together with me. Anyway, so it will tell you that is not a real war and takeover. My last point. In Wulang County, we had more than 175 or to 200 soldiers who were dispersed from Nasser. Including freedom from Nasser, they have to take 50-something to Ethiopia. Citizens. And those 185, the last batch left yesterday evening, we are taking them to Bong, some of them reach to Malacca, and these are the citizens who are taking to. These are new. Some of them are even White Army that we call White Army, because White Army is this, which one is White Army? Mine and the best kilometers. This is what they call White Army. Alright? There are the people also who are escorting our soldiers, at least with 70. This will show you also it is not actually a tribal war. They would have not spared the life of these innocent soldiers to 70. But this is we are planned the SSPDF. Evaluate all this situation and come up with a good plan so that you can deploy back to Nasser and not Nasser alone, to any part of South Sudan. May the soul of our general rest in peace, and God bless the Republic of South Sudan. We are going to be a country where everybody will enjoy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister.
ya gabila fi Junub Sudan tana kita an kwan kullu wutari lo le Junub Sudan au le Sudan kulu أنا من ضمن الناس اللي انضموا في الأول زملاء بتاعي تهانين ديل كله هنا ومنجور معنا هو كوي جوكتون تيون تاوين فين منجورين جوكتون ذاته معنا في ناصر وفي جوكا وفي ملوال قاود فناتي بنتو ويكولة بعد 42 سنة خلاص منجور ذاته كيتو ناصر وين جوكن تون فين كتو ناصر تقدر بدي لاين آخر جنرال بتو في ناصر tòng de Nasser u tòng de Joko malwala ga ho ta wo tin ay ko jot jorol kol ma nyang ke kene e ma wo tin i katiba bil pam fi koryom ko jojiten rani chol Francis ngor ma kech mina wa ta dubat ta je enak bordu ten lisa dit và na chứ mà jut to ten yene to ko ka wo bo to what I want to talk about 2013-14. They got it out in Yiga Yang Yanaka in Yiga Bram Jung Road. Liz Wogoya, Wokirukum in a book in a pan, a book below. Best can I deal with your bay, many Joe Tong, Daddy Yomalela. Fee Wogator Arabajai, I talk a week. Wog they meet a Kaikwan cocktail to walk. Take a lock a loy London, and not a cock, a neck. Pa yen ay manjur to manjur ay ngi to pa na duken wala pa na bantin fi ngom wala yak bet pan ine tim woy nam ay ko to udut ay ko jey nok ay war ko tin nok ay war ko nok wo ga ko to diadi na luele to ngi men ko len ata wan dieu ko jane ko yo ni rana chi di dieu zat ane di pa na ter ko tin tong ta dang ken yu ken hange bayan la dasa ane muy cool inu bu ko to kwer bi ben ko yane muy cool zatu ko won wel chi bo be sabiten wan le ko Nasser yani ye general ten أنا من ضمن القادة أنت ناس تدم ناس كي منجور صوتينا كله لأنه دارين ناس ما إني ملكات غير وين تنبيترو لين يجيل كمان بلوج فمنجوري كيلا تو كأنه دوك لكن تو بموضوع بدات دفاع عن دستور دفاع عن وحدة بتاعنا ذات وقل ريال قل كتوان بتيه كله bayan kene zaman jam manjur akia batal dimne kapet inu manjur ay jayin siap lakin kachi bijak aba esifum tagiada atau ke wok na atalo chi cha wok ben in ko wan loy manjur ne kenu loy when I get America loy, Akhara Luin Siapegai, Pamajura Japan, I told quite daring. Papi Lotta in the Jabugot. My Jaguar Tingwa, the Boo Louis, a Balutani Matar Kuruku, Eferik, as a Pichu Leleban, the Kinachi Dark, the Kina don't worry again. A Ferik, by Lotta Rigi, Rinke, Koyato Kede, Payan, Benda. I know that the war general Paul will put you the work to be General Majur Tauti. It's a really no Malwalicha damage. Put it over Jebetara, 8 young. Ya booked out Bill Palm, and it will be mission with that Bill Palm. The Kinachiban will up. Nito Ram Nam 10, Rangwan Tel, Wadi, Emedan SLM. We mission SLM, SLA and Ko Majutin. When allow, when a big lock at it. Rankakaloi, when you booked up a sheriff, Betabur. Betabur, look like a chidiao. Joko Manjurka, a big back, chit kai ko wo ki to wo pizza wo go to ta bediri pa ke ba lweli nu wo bes kene raide a kareru wo de tong a jiku ku tong ato a jama de ku ba tor wa chirin sena ku be lo chirin sena wa 40 ni 40 wo tar ba arab kada mi da kai ko ne ben jolwe na yari ke lwe la ngor ka tar ka teri ala no ma biji na cha jok chu ka thiet bi gam ai bai bi tin arab koi wan ji jai ki ben lwe lo al ila bi jo ben be rombe a chi bi lui ko chi bi lui ko ta ri ga cha bi kalam na ber ken ka ji riam e gudu pin riam ko dam kwa gel la kemen tong ngor ke chat ke de ti den tin akila cha bi lwe den bitor wala chi bitor e kada lakini ha ka to juba wo ngi ko wa chi umar wo nyin wa chi umar ta ri assalamu alaikum risala bita da taziya abijo kwen ko mu nizama cha ba kwen wazara iben and the secretary na chuwa na maktabi kaka buka jo ba kwen ko to mane bi mo jur bi dil taw fi long day ben ene mukula ya to te assalamu alaikum ne le jabata wo we
My son, Dr. Benjamin Bolmel, Vice President for Economic Cluster, Senior Advisors, our national ministers, speakers and deputy speakers of our two houses, ambassadors, family of Majur Dak, جيش الشعبي بقيادة بتاعه ما فيه بوليس كان أنا وقعت بعدين أنتوا أجروا يا جيش الهمني لكن أنا قمت عشان ننزل يشوفوني ونشوفهم الليلة يوم بتاع الليلة أنا شايف زي ده أو إيريس بتاع مجور يا واملوا الليلة إيريس بتاعه ده ما موت في المقام الأول أنا داير نقول نشكر الرئيس بتاعنا سلفا كير ميادي بطريقة اللي هو عمل the way he handled this situation. At the same time also I wanted to commend our security forces, the way they have handled this. Even I say this in my house, that there is a maturity in security because the way you handle the situation. At the same time, the way you handle it, make it that it has isolated the issue to Nasir. It has not been tribalized, politicized, also isolate the case to Western Equatoria. This is maturity. But what I wanted to say here, Sinas Buguri Lema Marabeka Baskut. Ihal betaide manamal ze jana kana ba mulakil bodilo uga de akul bukore uga akil fi farasu mon bami bi amal mashakil wa yaqul ba marabeka wenu kale kala What I wanted to say today, the kalama na buta fi zaman Dr. John kan mat. Dr. John de adu ya ukatalu. Lakini ana kan mahabeta shan adu yamut because Dr. John kan mother agreement ma adu betao. But at the same time, kita kan ma adu. Umat fi adu. بلان بنعمل قبال اتفاقية مضاو ومشى وقع في شري بتاع الكلام كان عمله what they did كان ربطوه عشان كلام قتل دكتور جون ده كان ما حاجة عمله في يوم واحد. It is something which has been planned seriously. عشان كان ده حاجة بسيط كان عمله كان جون ما كان مات. لكن أنا وقفت فوق. I stood up. I swallowed bitterness. And I called for calm and peace. And I said, and I'm going to quote it again, Dr. John Matt, he died with only 5 people, and he himself. South Sudan is here. Sudan is here. Our agreement is here. لو في زول عمل silly move أو زول القبض agreement بتبه ذاته is the one who's going to kill the agreement. If I can stand up, who are you عشان أنت تعمل مشاكل؟ أنا كان داير حاجة القتل دكتور جاد to be achieved. And who was South Sudan? Alina Fogo Alela. So I wanted to appeal Kalamde not to be politicized, not to be tribalized, يكون isolated. مجور ما مات في يد عدو مات في يد أهله ناسه. لأن بتاعه وقتلوا. لما هو قاعد في الناس 8 سنة وكان قاعد في وسط الناس بتاعه وكان ما بعرف يزول بقوم في النص بتاع الناس بتاعه يقتلوا. But I wanted to say بطريقة بتاعت بايبل قيل ده شيطان يا أخشى في بطن بتاعنا كجنوبين and it is making us killing ourselves. كلام ده أنا داير كلام ده خلوه في يد بتاع الرئيس وكماندر إن شيف وناس بتاع security. ناس ما يخشوا فوق عشان يعمل مشاكل. كل زول أنا قاعد نسمع ناس قاعدين يدي speeches في البيت بتاع المجور. زول بيجي مع حاجة في قلبه بتاعه ده يجي يقوله ده ما هو المجور. تعمل زي بتاع الكورونا. مرة قال والله كورونا عمل حاجة كويس والله. رجل بتاعي سلام ما بآخر وما بقول والله كان في ترافيك جام ولا لسه كان ضرب. فجأة قال this woman is talking her heart. So this is what people are saying. مليك فرصة بتاع المجور عشان يجي يقول كلمات في جو قلوبه. وده بيجيب مشاكل. Don't exaggerate things. يال القاعدين يموتوا ده يال بتاعنا إنها نسوان. يال الناس القاعدين يموتوا رجال بتاع بنات بتاعنا. وده grandchildren بتاعنا. الجيش يمبور ده ما جيش يمبور القبال بقولوا بتاع اليوم ده جنسين القريب ده among them few our grandchildren. كان جانا بقى قلعة بعمل كيف؟ ويبعملوا تامي. إذا بنادي جانا بتاع في بيت عدو ما جالس المرض في يدينا هنا في جوبا. يال بتاعنا. خلي الناس security يعمل شغل بتاعه. ما ندخل لسان بتاعنا فوقه. مجور ودخل أول ناس المشى لحركة شعبية. أنا واحد من الناس قام من بور يوم 18 مشيت غابة. وفي senior person أنا سمعت كان في ناس قال أنا هو senior person. I'm the senior person here. And this is why I'm carrying عصاية الليلة. لو أنا كان ما senior ده شنو بقول عصاية في يدي. مجور مشى خد كاكي في الظهر بتاعه. لكان مات كاكي في الظهر بتاعه. I wanted to tell you مجور ده is a very brave officer. Not only because أنت لما تكون brave officer تعمل شغل أنت عملته ده تعليم وتربية ألقاب معك في بيتكم. It's something that you took from your home. مجور is a very disciplined child. أتان بعدين بقى في الجيش. وبعد رجل عزيز أنا دايما أقول للمرة بتاعه what did you tell you يا رجل ini tinggal ini aja nhưng mình đùa chắc gạo ai chỉ cái mình yêu cool chắc đói gạo so mà đùa chắc đói tổ bố cái bị chết cái đó để mà chắc đói gạo mà chắc đói tổ so cái chỉ nuôi mình nuôi cool chỉ mình sáng phải trả lời yi nuôi là mít cụ nó có bé đeo xe đạp xí cái này như này em mới chạy con yi đi đi ở chỗ đi chơi tiếng Anh lên đi tiếng Anh chơi cái chuyện mình đuổi chơi quay ra đấy em ăn cái bài đó điều là mấy anh mình này chỉ có mình yêu quán cái ăn không and by the way chắc mà nó rồi rằng nghe nhau quá điều quá càng nghe nhà sản nào liền mấy cuộc trình thì cái càng nghe cô nào nếu điều nó cả cả era luôn nạp card của lão phải cái bữa lui nó trình cái yên ngay nó vô cây về chẳng ngay còn này chia lên nó cần một biểu ra trái vô cái loại lính chỉ có này qua lên là cái gì qua lên mít quả qua lên mít cuốn nó ngàn nào nó cái ngàn nó cái bác cái nó cái mít cái cô ấy tăng rồi vậy ơi có đây không có bao lâu có đây này chơi lý trụ cao lấy gì có ngắm mấy nó muốn mít dùng bao giờ chả chỉ phải chặt cái này cho bên đây mình được how do you know the luck that I have I'm here group cho cái này cái chặt cái này gì cái cao hoàn chén tròn bé là thôi bé phản luôn của bé phản cho cái nhóm cái giá cái nhóm chịu nhóm là quý đại cái cả bà lưỡi là thì nó cái chi mọi nuôi ye lưỡi của lưỡi là Jim Jesus God Mary God Gwendy đuôi ra đu guru bà quay cái Gwendy qua bà jam cái này là nhảy rồi đánh nhìn Jesus ông qua bà jam cái này nhảy ông qua bà jam nó vô coi chỉ biết thà cái sao cái guru rồi cho nên này thôi vậy chứ yêu chỉ ra nên ngày bị ăn lên vô lên quay rồi đu quay cái chỗ nó bắn kẹt quay chỉ niệm lòng mà đi ra bè quay chỉ niệm mà đi ra bè ai cũng cái thing em ngã cái mền đấy em ngã cái rào ruồi cái gì nhiều cái Majur cái rồi mà ra bè thì chứ mà à bây nhìn không ai chỉ cái vừa đó là con ai bà đại gia mới chỉ làm cái thi loài nó hoài đấy quên nó kiếm cái gió ngon nó chỉ lúc bên cái chỉ ra được ra nó coi cái này đến cái đôi lưỡi luôn nó bên đến về về cô cái này cả ba riêng mà chả ra cả bao gói ai chỉ có nhá chỉ lưỡi của lưỡi là đến à vì cái bên của lưỡi riêng của lưỡi là riêng cho disarmament cho lưỡi có là cái liu ai chỉ lưỡi còn lưỡi của cả con lưỡi bên là mà chồng của lưỡi có chồng của lưỡi cái thứ mua thân gì awan lewan chene mur le chen ma shak lo le ko ngo le ke ji beda le chi dan bela be be jang le chi lu guru le tem ke ku bele this time per ku kana per ku ka security be ake lo lo ide ku nye guru tin wo siasin ku nga yan biar ku ya re wan bai pan dia sanan chi pur ba ke dia rul dia ba jwa e junum lele ye mama nyande ngi lele junum di da woni apa nge jan kai mana junum junum wonna ngati to je o kai ne nyamu gi no mo George Washington kana garama bi je o ja ku nyande di to no ay lele ko lele chi je ya wasal I have arrived you have not arrived anywhere I wanted to tell you this remove the monkey hand from the pot before it becomes the human hand nhai cái chuyện nào có cái thứ con bên cái chuyện này ra cho nó đang nhìn nó sự cái này là cái mà sáng cái lối rutin mà sáng cái chiều cái đầu vô ra này lấy lúc có chơi theo cái chuyện này mỗi buổi cái cả bà nuôi nó cái này ở chiều cái này mà sáng ra này ra chiều cái tiền điên cả bà nuôi là ya bà nuôi có cái security của bà là khất chết loại cái organization này because general ake rir fi garrison general lama furu berir fi state capital عشان أنا نجي ونندام كار كذا يلوي كبتوا عشان بكارسون بكوي كنا ناجي جنرال هو تيجي كنا جي بدام بيونو كارسون يمو دابي تومرو لكي جنرال يمو جنرال بريغيد أنا يمو بايتي يا دبور بني كي أتي كي تنبين لا كا نم فوق تنبين لا دابي لكي ناسكري ياتي أتي تبين Solo ai thế cần các cái quý là sản cái gì, cái quý là biết, vì anh nàng đam mới cái mà chú rồi cái tổ, anh muốn cái mà biểu rồi này anh nói tiếng của là, em mới chín qua ai này thì phải cái, rồi lên là mang mà biểu chơi lại chuyện qua tu, anh nói là phải xí. Jeng jaga ye war ko jeng ye joto kanda ke jara beriu kin ngai an jeng je war ko ka ja je la kin ene je to jolo itifage be na ba rais gam ke kirai so akor be guira pia da bin ke jeng de do no ken ma jur yen do ga benang nin jam ko ka kanda da baba nên trong cái tập thứ ba thôi nên trong cái general là thôi còn như nó không mấy đâu thì ada thì bilpa cái kia 800 agar mà ada cái general nó biết vậy này cái nó là rất thích general là ye ruo thì nên brigade hoặc là division bây giờ nên là xem là command chứ cho cái đó là bên bây giờ đặt like this we je we cái gì này we cũng là lúa phản nhé anh chỉ có đại trả lúa lúa tẻ là trả lúa một loại là we lúa cái wo cũng có trả lúa gì có cái gì cũng có chỉ đoàn ao à nó bạn cứ đi chìm cõi được chứ có cái trả rồi nhà chú buru ruồi cái gì vậy người ta giờ bà bên nó đàn cô giáo gì bà biểu nó cái này mua lắm gì nó về bà bên nó cái chụp là cái này quay giờ chỗ là ngặt qua sáu giờ quay chìm chứ mà nhớ đây là giờ cậu cái này à bên cái mà nó quậy cái này chạy bên cái vice president của anh nó đi ai chọn anh đi chỉ được cái này chọn của lên chọn cái mà biết cái chợ bút anh mà như nó như giờ là quay gì quay coi bự rồi chứ anh đi ai chọn bạn nhiều lớn mà ba anh ấy là người đi đó cái này chẳng ai nó chỉ bảo ai thi TV có còn với anh ấy thi cái TV ôi rồi đúng như cái mấy chuyện này như cô cả ini nó mùng hết tàu ăn đâu mấy chuyện này nó mùng nhiều cô anh ấy chỉ là phản rồi cái chuyện queer này đi còn nếu mà yaar mà proof cái bài nghe queer còn nếu mà nó poor để đi ya ai suy cái đấy tiếng general ai là poor để đi suy cái đấy mua anh nhiều cái một cái lối mà anh coi anh ấy cũng đã riêng với nhảy ai cái vice president anh ấy chia tiền cái quan trung điện thôi nên ai cái vice president wo che tam ma ya ela ka lewe wo jinu ba Sudan do wo je ka ne wo ya yen wo ka chin wo chi ga dom chin ma ya ku kai vice president na ka furu binan kam cha be ja mo wazir ang no ngabet ene ra na bela gurpi so che wo pe ban ku ku je lo ka je wo ka ba ji ka la no merin ga un ku wa ku jang ni ji